school, but he was my captain. And even though I was a college man, I came not to tell him, but to be taught by him. College can't give you this, brother and sister. This will make you use your college education better than you ever thought. Islam. I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the king. I can't go worship King Fahd of Arabia, king this, king that, or Martin Luther King. I don't recognize no king but God. What about you? I can't bow down to some political fella. No. I respect them. How are you, sir? But I don't bow to nothing, nobody. You don't look like God to me, I ain't bowing. Thou art the king. There is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am your servant. I come here to serve God. I wasn't playing when I got here. I'm telling you, brother, this is the only way to make it. Don't come here with no other crap in your mind. If you got it in your mind, get it out of your mind. Don't come here with nothing in your heart, but you desire to see your people free and you want God's way. Hey. Don't come here, sister. Wait a minute. Don't come here with no man in your mind. You'll never be successful. I seen some fine men. That's bait. We look good, but are we? All thing that glitter ain't no gold. So if you come here with getting a man on your mind, you might get the wrong thing and end up in hell. Come here with a thought in mind that this is no playhouse. This ain't no house party 2 or 1. And there ain't no kid and play in here. This is for real. You play with this, you're playing with a hot fire. And it'll burn you. Try it and see. Get your motives right. If they're not right, don't worry about that, but get them right. Because you can't make progress in this with wrong motivation. You're not going to last. That's right. You'll be some of those swift 90-day wonders, and we'll see you back out in the street with a reefer in your mouth because you can't make it with the wrong idea at the root of your coming. That's right. You young sisters and brothers, you can't come here because your mama's here. Because your mama can't get you nowhere in this. It's your own faith that will move you. That's why when you get 13 and 14 years old, you got to make that decision for yourself. But God kills children too. He ain't no respecter of person. He don't give a damn how old you are. He take you out in the crib. So you can't say, I'm just young. Have mercy on me, I don't know. God kills babies. We got the same law for children that we got for grown-ups. Right. Making any sense to you?
Yes, sir.
I am your servant. You are my Lord. I'm looking to you to nurture me, to grow me. From where you found me to where you want me to go. Man, that's wonderful. if you're sincere, you're going to make it. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, but your down will never be out. Because when you're down, you'll get right back up. Yeah. Because you are up. Up is your nature, not down. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Then you say, I have been greatly unjust to myself. And I confess my faults. You can't come here looking to pick somebody else apart.
Yeah.
You got to come here and look in the mirror and see what's wrong with you. And you can't go, brother or sister, hiding like you hiding from God. He know what you are. You can't even be relieved of what you made of yourself, which is nothing, until you recognize that you have been unjust to yourself. And now you got to confess what you know is wrong with you. Put on that damn front and hide. You can't hide from God. We going to act like a man and we a woman? Or we going to act like a woman and we a man? You going to act like you're wrong or you're right and you're wrong? You can't fool nobody but yourself. And a self-deluded person is one that's deluded indeed. I've been unjust to myself. You got to say it. You don't have to say it to me. There ain't got no father confessor in here. There ain't a damn father in here worthy for you to confess your sins. The Father got sins.
Go ahead.
Tell the priest, confess to me. But you get in the privacy of your quarters and talk to God about what he already knows about yourself. And if you can say, look, I ain't right, and you know you're not, the moment you confess it, you're being relieved of it. And if you know you're not right and you're not, and you confess it and you should, then say it. I messed up. Then you say, I confess my faults, so Allah grant me protection. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, sir.
Grant me protection against not some of my faults, but all my faults. There's some that I don't even know I got. I need protection from those, from the consequences of my fault. I don't want to burn in hell. I don't want the consequence of my sin. So I'm asking you to protect me from the consequences of my faults. Man, I know it's good.
Go ahead, brother.
Sure enough good. I'm getting something out of it myself. You understand what I'm saying? When you ask God to protect you from your faults, man, and then you ask him to guide you to the best of morals, for none can guide to the best of morals but you, Allah. Huh? Keep me away from the evil and indecent morals, for none can keep me away from those evil and indecent morals but you. That's our prayer. And I'm telling you, brothers, if you're sincere, Allah is with you.
Yes, sir.
You feel him. You know he's present. You don't have to see him. When you walk, even when you're alone, you know he's there.
Yes, sir.
You don't give a damn for the arrow that flies by day or the one that come by night. You see God all over you, all around you. I'm telling you, I don't fear a damn thing in America because I know God is with me. I appreciate the security, but I'm not dependent on it.
That's right.
I appreciate it, but I'm looking to Allah. He's sufficient. If you're sincere, brothers, all you got to do is study a little. Just study a little and clean up as best you can. And watch how fast you grow. I was amazed at how fast God took me up in the nation. Just from being sincere. I wasn't seeking none of this. Allah knows the heart. Within a few days, I was a lieutenant. And the captain said, I'm going to make you a lieutenant. I said, I don't know how to be no lieutenant. He said, do you know how to obey? I said, yes, sir. He said, then you're qualified. In other words, I'm the lieutenant, I'm the captain. If you obey my orders, you'll be made into that. That makes sense. And I was very obedient. Very obedient. There's nobody that ever was over me that I ever gave any trouble to in this nation. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I didn't come here to give nobody trouble. I came because I really loved the truth, and I knew it was the truth that was going to set black people free. And I knew that Elijah Muhammad was the man, is the man, shall always be the man, the eternal guide to God. I studied diligently. I worked for that white man. Don't tell nobody you ain't gonna work for white people. And then you sitting around with no money in your pocket, a bum. An honest day's work killed nobody. I'll dig up garbage if it's gonna feed my wife and my children.
Right.
I'm not too ashamed to do any kind of honest labor to feed my family. So don't come in here with no chip on your shoulder. I ain't working for no white man. Fine. Then let me find you working for yourself. But anybody in here that ain't working is stealing. We want to know if you ain't working where you get your money from.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we don't need no more crooks. No more thieves and hustlers and dope sellers and pimps and abusers of people. We had enough of that crap. We don't need that in here. We're not so hungry for money that you can bring us any kind of damn money and we'll accept it. We won't accept your damn money as a drug user.
Right. Yeah.
You killing our people, don't bring us your dirty money. Keep your damn money. It ain't gonna do you no good, and it won't do us no good. We don't need no bank robbers, fences, and all that kind of crazy crap. What we want are people that want to get rid of that stuff.
Yeah.
And rely on a wise God who never stole nothing, never borrowed nothing, just said be and brought it into existence. That's what he want to make of you and me. That's the way I want to be, and that's the way he's making me, and that's the way you'll be made if you come follow me to Elijah Muhammad. I don't want nothing else. Keep moving. If you don't want that kind of life, then move on out. I ain't talking to you. We got enough damn crooks in the world. Our people have had rotten leadership, and they don't need no more of that from us. You are to be trained to lead your people in the way of God. Many of you will be great ministers and teachers of your people. You may not see it now, but in a few days, you're going to rise up with so much knowledge, and your ability to transmit that knowledge, if you develop the character that goes with it, you'll teach hundreds and thousands of people, and you'll have them following behind you and honoring you and respecting you if you would take Elijah Muhammad as your example and don't come here to play no games. Come here to get into it and be a real sincere Muslim.
Good.
I'm surprised that now I'm known all over the world, and it's frightening. I hardly get out of my house. The circle of people that are around me are very small. I don't meet a lot of people. I don't go to these places hardly, where they have the outsets and you meet a lot of people and you shake a lot of hands. I don't do that. I stay in my house. And when I come out, I don't come out to do a lot of socializing. I come to the mosque or go wherever I got to do my work, and I go on back home. But while I'm at home and while I'm sleeping, the lectures based on the teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad are jumping in homes all over America. The videotapes are going all over America. People are studying now.
Yeah.
When that beast make his move against me, he's gonna get a surprise.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a surprise. If people grow to love Brother Farrakhan, it's not I who have produced this. It's God who has produced it. If people are saying, that's my man, he's strong, it ain't me who's strong. It's God who's strong in me because I give him my life to him. Huh? All I'm saying to you, brothers, he's making me into something. I ain't made yet. I'm in the process of being made, but I'm a product of a teacher. And the product is getting stronger and wiser by the grace of God every day.
Yes, sir.
And I'm saying that this is your future. My life is a sign of what your life can be, and greater if you don't play with this. Come sincere, brothers. Love your people enough to want to give your life to Allah. I did. And I'm telling you, I know that I was a cowardly brother. I know that I was scary. I found myself doing things I never thought I would do. Jumped on policemen, jumped on them. Beating up one of my sisters. Made them stop. Just me by myself with God. Then followed the police to the police station. Run in the police station to make sure they didn't beat my sister. I knew I was crazy. Islam just take fear out of you.
Right.
And when you're fearless, you put fear into others, like that lion. You got a great future, brothers. Just say these words: my prayer, my sacrifice, my life and my death are all for Allah, the Lord of the worlds, and mean it. So as I conclude, my dear sisters, the same oath is for you. There'll never be any great men until there are great women. Every great man was produced by a great woman. You have a great future. You gotta want to make something of yourself. This world has made our women nothing. God wants to make you who He created you to be. There's a lot of pain involved in being right in a wrong world. If you read the Bible and the Quran, God never called one servant that He didn't give a lot of pain to, tried them with all kinds of tribulations. Have you ever seen on TV the kind of car that they engineer? They say this car is able to withstand this and that and the other, and you see them run the car into the wall, and you see it crash on impact and make all this kind of stuff, and they show you that this car, you can live in this car. How would they know? How would you know you can live with that kind of crash unless He puts it through that kind of thing? They pour water all in it to see whether water will come in. They do all kind of sound tests to make sure that sound don't get in. If it's supposed to be a car that locks out sound, they do all these things to test the product, to make you know this is the finest car. When you get it, it's the finest engineered. Master Farad Muhammad is saying, I make the finest human being that ever was. Yeah. I make it. And when I make my man, I put him out there, do what the hell you want to him. You can't crush him. You can't bend him. You can't break him. He's my man. I made him. I made a superior product. A lot of pain involved in being made superior. But what the hell is pain? Sisters, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, running from a little pain. When it's pain that bonded you to your offspring. It's that very pain of birth, which is like death. You died for this child. Well, hell, I'm ready now. That's why you wake up in the night when your husband is asleep. Because you heard the baby make a little sound. Your husband didn't hear it, but you heard it. He ain't made to hear that. You are. You sleep real light. Because you're always listening, because you are the divine protector of that new life. Well, that's the way God bonds His servants to Him. He brings you through pain. And He says, come on. I'm with you. And when you call on Him and He gets you through, you get closer to Him. With every trial, you either go further away or you get closer, but the pain is what bonds you to Him. It makes you love Him more. Yeah. It makes you appreciate Him more, because through the pain He's making you. You can't make a man without pain. God damn it, if you're going to run from pain, then get the hell up out of here. I don't want to see nobody that's a punk that don't want no pain. Yes, sir. You can't be made of God without pain. You can't build your body without putting it through pain. Yeah. Just stretching gives you pain. Yeah. Growing gives you pain. Evolving gives you pain. You run from pain, you're a punk. Run to it. Give me more of it. Yeah. Not really, but I'll hang in there with you, God. There ain't nobody in their right mind like pain. We ain't masochists in here. But hell, you ain't going nowhere without it. So you might as well settle down. I mean, a woman may be scared. Her first child, oh God, I don't know what it's like. But when that first labor pain hits, she said, ooh, ooh. That second one hits, she said, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Yo, you. She may cuss you too, boy. But after a while, you see her grit her teeth and settle down to the long haul. Labor may be an hour, labor may be 3 hours, but I'm settling in. And you see her grit her teeth and they wiping her brow and she's in there, doc. And somebody's saying push and I'm pushing. And that last pain and that baby is there. And then you see the smile come over her face. And all of a sudden, the pain is forgotten. She's looking at this beautiful life that came through her. And she puts it to her breast. Yeah. And she's satisfied. I bore the pain. I endured death to bring forth new life. That's the way God does. So if you run from the pain, you run from the thing that will make you great. When they burned my house down, and all my babies in the house, firebombed me. What did I do? I was just a young minister. A few years in the ministry, man. They put Molotov cocktail at the front door, at the side, at the back door. I'm sleeping. The neighbors hollering. My wife wakes up, the house is on fire. I grabbed some of the children. They were small. I had as many as I could hold. I thought I had them all. I grabbed them by the hand. I had them held up. I had their wrists in my little hands. And I'm running. And I run to the door where the fire was. Turned around and went to the back. Luckily, the back door wasn't caught on fire, but they tried to burn the back door and the windows on the porch so we would be trapped in the fire. My wife got to run out, my fine-looking wife, in a nightgown. But it's better to be in a nightgown alive and to be fully clothed than dead. My wife was counting the babies as I was bringing them out. She said, one is missing. One had slipped from my hand. I had to run back in the smoke to find Maria and bring her out. What did I do? I just was teaching black people the truth. Somebody want to kill me for it. And I remember walking the street that night, tears running down my eyes, saying, well, Allah, if this is the price, I'm willing to pay it. You gotta be determined, man. You can't be no sissified man and God use you. And it's not gonna be easy. Don't tell nobody it's easy. But with God, He make it easy. And here I am today, sitting in the seat of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I didn't come here for that, but I'm in his seat. Not because I stole it from nobody. I'm in his seat because I was born for it, and I earned it by building the house again from nothing without most of your help. Right. So when you got here, the house was already built. Yeah. So you can't tell me nothing about the seat I sit in. I made the damn seat. Because there was no seat when Wallace got through.
That's right. That's right.
So I have proved to the world that my father was the best knower. He chose me. Yeah. And we chose somebody else. Yeah. my prayer, my sacrifice, my life and my death is all for Allah. When you make that commitment and you mean it, God will bring you up. You'll be poor today, but you hold on. New shoes coming. New suit coming.
That's right.
New dress coming. New car coming. Because a new person is coming.
Yes, sir.
You ain't got to steal from nobody. You don't have to lie, cheat, because God is able. And I'm talking about no mystery God. I'm talking about Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. When I said on Savior's Day, some people said, well, Farrakhan, you shouldn't talk like that. Oh, boy. You shouldn't talk like that because it looks like you're boasting. You shouldn't speak of yourself. You should let others speak of you. What others? What the hell do they know about my life? They don't know nothing about my life unless I tell them. What do you know about my life? Nothing. You only know what you met when you met me in consciousness. But before you were conscious, I was conscious and working. I got to tell you about my suffering like your father told me about his.
Yes, sir.
Then I can represent him because I know him now.
Yes, sir.
You weren't with me when I didn't have shoes on my feet that were sound. I was a minister walking with holes in my shoes. Rain coming down. And I had to keep from stepping in puddles. No car to ride. I had to walk 5 and 6 miles to the mosque. And I was there every day after working 8 hours. I sold papers, knocked on doors, had people cuss me out, smack me in my face. I know what you go through, but I don't have to go through that no more. My trial is on another level now.
Yeah.
You don't know me. You see a man in front of you that smiles. You don't know my pain. Some of the people that are with me right today have spoken so evilly against me. Not because they're evil, they misunderstand.
Yeah.
Some have tried to take my life, but I have never returned the evil of others to me, to them. My heart is always there to forgive. When a man go through all this kind of crap, not for a day, not for a week, not for a year, but for many years,